Hi everyone, my name is Kiran. Today I'm going to show you how to deploy a file load balancer on Azure platform. Why is different? And it's very quite different compared to normal virtual machine deployment. And very famous one of the load balancer is a F5 or in this big IP we can call, and generally on premises, so we don't like as a physical appliance or it's a virtual appliance, we can deploy it and we can utilize it compared to on premises in Azure platform. How to deploy as a load balancer? It's instead of Azure load balancer or application gateway or it's kind of front door or some other resources instead of this one. And sometimes we can go with the F5 load balancer also. In this scenario, third-party load balancer, how to deploy, and I'm going to show you why. Because of it's especially show the third-party load balancer how to deploy means because of it's a quite different, guys. Normally, if you try to deploy, definitely you will face the issue, and how to deploy it, you will confuse it. So definitely, it's a lot of things we need to understand, and few things is a other like VM size related and cost related, as well as FI load balancer. What are the things is basically required? These things also we need to understand. And without those all those things, if you try to deploy it, and definitely you can't achieve it, and definitely you will see a lot of deployment failed. If you try to deploy, and you will it will show you VM deployment failed only end of the day. So this one, how to avoid it, how to deploy the F5 load balancer on Azure platform. So before going to jump into the practical, and if you are new to my channel, please subscribe and like and comments. And if you click on bell icon, whenever new video, you will get the notification also. Thank you. And let's jump into the topic, how to deploy the F5 load balancer. And F5 is a how to deploy it because of it's a Microsoft Azure platform. People will think third-party services we can't deploy it, or assumption. Some people no, some people knows very well, and I can show you there is a marketplace. How is it in our mobiles, like Apple mobile? How is the Apple store? Same like in Android mobile Play Store. How is the thing? Same like Azure platform also marketplace is available. In AWS also AWS marketplace is available. Google also same like that, guys. And here also marketplace is available. And in this marketplace, I'm trying to find out is a F5. If I search with the F5, and it will show you the different types of load balancers. What exactly? So Microsoft providing BYOL means bring your own license. You need to directly contact to the vendor and get the license. Other than that, you can see pay as you go. This is a one pay as you go, and good, best, and uh, advanced WAF, like that different types of is available. First, we need to identify which load balancer we require. Accordingly, we need to select it. And like generally, it's most of the time we'll go with the pay as you go. And other than that, some vendors directly, some customers, they will try to contact the F5 vendor and get the things, and accordingly try to deploy it. So but here I'm trying to show you pay as you go model wise good. And in this good model, if you see, click on, and you can see here good bundle includes only big IP LTM, basic load balancer things only. That means intelligent L4 L7 load balancing, SSL, TLS offloading and visibility, programmatic traffic manipulation with the F5 rules. This is a basically will get it. Other than that, and best model. In this best model and additional benefits under this bundle, big IP LTM, big IP DNS, AFM, APM, and advanced WAF and IPI. So like that, different things is available. Other than that, there is a best, and after that better model. So where is better? Yeah, here better model is available. If you click on better model, and almost is a little bit different. Here best model is a all the bundle will together will get it. But in this LTM, DNS, AFM only will get it. So these are the three models generally use it generally. Other than that, we can see app virtual edition. This is a application delivery controller for web application firewall functionality, peer app basis, And other than that, it's a bring your own license model, big IQ, virtual edition, and distributed cloud services, F5 solution like that, Nginx and some other things will get it. Right now, we are not looking into that way, and just as a basic things we are looking. So example, like cost also you can see it here, start from 19.69, 3 years, that is a rupees. Right now it's showing the rupees because of I'm from India. That's the reason it's showing to me my portal in this, it's a rupees. And even before deploying, you can see 25 Mbps and 200 Mbps, 1 Gbps, 5 Gbps, 100 Gbps. This is the only license cost, guys. This is the only license cost per hour. And if I'm going to depends on requirement based on you are hosting that website, or depends on application and how much bandwidth is required. Accordingly, you can calculate a number of users, number of connections, and the bandwidth, how much you require. Accordingly, you can calculate and you can take up the right edition, right? This is a edition, guys. Right now, because of it's a lab, just I'm showing the 25 Mbps. You can go with the best or better, depends on your requirement based on futures requirement. So right now, I'm going with the 25 Mbps good edition. So whenever I click on, automatically I'm getting create a virtual machine. Create a virtual machine. In this resource group, I can select something and I can give the F5 LB01 like that. I'm providing the name, and depends on your requirement, you can go with, guys. And right now I have a policy in my Azure portal. Due to that, it's not allowing me to deploy in West US2. Right now, I'm going to East US2 because of that policy applied, and no infrastructure redundancy. I don't want high availability. If you want high availability, definitely we need to choose zone 1, zone 2, zone 3 like that. 3 different virtual machine we need to deploy it. Right now, I don't require. And standard, because of this image won't support the trusted launched virtual machine or confidential virtual machine, it won't support it. That's the reason I'm selecting the standard. And this is the image we are deploying. So basically, one more thing we need to understand, F5 load balancer, 3 interfaces minimum is the required, guys. If it is a standalone, 3 interfaces is a required generally. If you are already F5 engineer, you know very well. One is a management IP. That means this F5 load balancer accessing the web-based URL wise and configure the F5 load balancer totally. That is the purpose of management IP. And 2 IP address, internal traffic, and another one is a external traffic. Like that, 3 network interface cards it is a required, guys. So why especially I mentioned that point means this VM sizes, especially all VM sizes won't support the multiple network interface card. By default, 2 network interface cards only supported. Depends on the VM sizes, it support the more than 2. More than 2 depends on the VM size, guys. In this scenario, which VM sizes we should use it? So that is a way Microsoft given very good documentation. Azure virtual machine, VM like virtual machine sizes and VM sizes, and you can see, guys, and general purpose and B series, D series like that is available. And if I go with the suppose some series version 3 under that, and I can show you here. So maximum NIC expected network bandwidth also they are providing minimum 2 by default basic VM sizes. But if you want more than, and obviously 8 GB of 8 CPUs and 32 GB of RAM, 8 CPUs and 32 GB of RAM, and it support the 4 NICs. Each NIC is a 1000 Mbps bandwidth, 1 Gbps bandwidth. So that means you will get the 4000 bandwidth, 4000 Mbps bandwidth, guys, accordingly. So accordingly, we need to select it. Right now, I'm going with the cost wise B series. In the B series wise, I will go with the, suppose I can show you, and it's a 16 CPU and 64 GB RAM. Why especially that is a one. Okay, not this is a not required 4 CPU. Maximum NS is 4 CPU, and it's a 4 CPU. and 16 GB of RAM is required. Minimum 4 CPU and 16 GB of RAM is required to get the 4 NSS. Other than that, 3 NSS means and 2 CPU and 8 GB of RAM, 2 B2MS. So depends on the VM size, we need to choose it. Right now, we are not implementing the HA. High availability, we are not implementing. 3 network interface cards, enough. But if you require HA, that F5 load balancer, HA is required, definitely 4 network interface cards is required. In this scenario, you should go with the respective VM size. That is a very, very important. But right now, cost wise, as well as lab scenario, due to that, I'm going with the B series. Generally recommended go with the D series because of performance also important. That's the reason I'm recommending. So right now B2S, it's enough 2 CPU and 4 GB of RAM. This is a one, and it's supporting the 3 network interface cards, guys. Totally 3 network interface cards it's supporting. So right now, B2S, I'm copying B2S, go to virtual machine, and this is a B2S only already. And user ID and password, and you can go with the public key and private key pairwise, and it's will generate the automatically. Other than that, password wise also we can go with. Right now, I'm going with the password, user ID and password. So providing the password, guys. And none, next disk. And by default disk it's some 80 GB will get it, and it's a network and one subnet. And definitely if you are going over the internet means you require the public address. Over the internet you don't require this load balancer, and no need to go with the public address. Right now I required, I can go with the public address. Even I need to connect this load balancer, I want to show you it's a connectable or not. So right now you do that. And next here nothing is I'm doing, guys, changes, advance and review and created. Okay, people will think, okay, very simple, as a normal virtual machine wise you are deploying, what is the difference here? So right now one network interface card only I'm trying to deploy here in this virtual machine instance. So this virtual appliance, you can see that cost also based on license model, that cost is applicable per hour. 69 point, sorry, 19.6900 INR per hour, and VM size cost 3.2670 INR per hour. So both the cost is important. Whenever customer is asking, and you should provide the depends on VM size and which model you are selecting, accordingly that license cost is applicable. So right now I'm trying to deploy the create a virtual machine. If I'm trying to create a virtual machine and deployment, initialize the deployment, as well as it's trying to deploy the virtual machine. But definitely, guys, we'll get the deployment failure. Why especially deployment failure? Because of this F5 load balancer definitely required the more than one more network interface card. One is a management, one is a internal traffic or external traffic wise. It is at least is a required one more network interface card. Right now we are trying to deploy only one network interface card, and definitely due to that we'll get the problem. Now how to rectify that issue? There is a two ways. One is a through ARM template or Terraform or any infrastructure as a code, and directly you can mention the as per requirement, you can define it. But coming to, if we are going with the through portal, how to rectify it? Generally, normally it's a Terraform or ARM template or infrastructure as a code wise. It's a easy. Everything we can define it and try to deploy it, automatically we'll get it. But through portal, it's not possible. No, not like that. It's a possible, guys. Once is a deployed, this is a thing. VM deployment failure also will get it. No worries. Still, VM, it will show you up and running only. But we need to shut down the VM and associate the remaining two network interface card. One is a one subnet, external subnet, one subnet, internal subnet. each network interface card, the respective subnets, and accordingly attached to the VM and power on the VM, and you can see. Definitely you can able to access. Without attaching those two network interface cards, you try to access it, even you can't access the virtual machine. You can't access the virtual machine, guys. That is a one thing you need to observe here. Right now, you can see this is also it will take long time. It's a showing the created only. But still, if you try to access this virtual machine, still it will show you creating like that. It won't allow you to. So directly after 40 minutes, because of deployment failure, when it will show you, there is a some time that is a deployment wise up to timeout limit. It's a 40 minutes something is available, and up to it will try to check it, keep on trying to check it, and it's not happen obviously. Oh great, in this is a happening, but generally in real time when I tried it and I get it issue. But here in this scenario I'm not getting any issue, directly going the this is a one, but in real time we'll use it. What will use it? And best model or better model will use it. Definitely will get the issues, guys. Definitely. Let me show you I can able to access or not. In this scenario, boot diagnostics, and definitely okay, localhost login it's showing very good. And I'm trying to take it the public address. Let me open the putty. Just a minute. Putty and provide the public address and accept AG admin, enter, provide the password. But in this scenario is a I choose the basic model. Good, it's a FI load balancer and I can able to do it. But in the real time, if you are using best model or better model, definitely you can't get it, guys. Definitely you will get the failure, deployment failure only. But don't worry, still you can shut down the VM and try to associate the two more network interface card. Without shutdown, it's not possible to associate the two more network interface card. That is a problem here. So here and clearly showing like up and running of F5 load balancer. Okay, that's not a problem. But real time, it's a very important, guys. When you are working and you are facing the problem, a file load balancer VM deployment failure. Don't worry, don't delete it, and try to shut down the VM and create two more subnets, create a two more network interface card and associate the this virtual machine. Without shutdown, it's not possible to associate the network interface card. So how to create a network interface card? So first of all, I will go with the VNet level, create a subnets first of all, two more subnets. Right now, default subnet, this is a one. And what is the network address range? Class 16. Okay, I can able to create it. So go to subnets, F5 internal traffic. This is a one, F5 internal. So I can create a one subnet. Same like one more. Just a minute. It's a trying to create a subnet. Same like F5 external. But a real time you can go with the very small subnet ranges. Why it's not required? Definitely. That's the reason I'm saying that. But just as a practical lab purpose, I'm doing this is a one like this way. Okay, subnets is a created. And the next is a interface card. So you can search with the network interface. So create, and here I required as a network interface card F5 internal. This is a one, my internal traffic is TS2. And where is my virtual network? F5LB VNet. In this, it's I want internal F5 internal subnet and dynamic. Okay, we can change it later on. So dynamic to static, that's not a problem. IP version 4 and create it. Like this way, we can create a one more network interface card for external purpose and associate the that network interface card to that virtual machine. And directly when VM running, you can't associate, guys. I can show you also. Just a minute. Go to FILB, and now, okay, just a minute. F5, FILB, and networking, and option. It's a kind of disable option. Is a degraded. That is a grayed out, not degraded. Sorry, grayed out. It's a grayed out means we can't do it. So without that one, and that means we need to shut down the virtual machine. And trying to stop the virtual machine. That means it's going to shut down the virtual machine, guys. Shut down the virtual machine. Once is a shutdown is a completed, yes, we can able to associate it. So these are the limitations we need to understand. So that is a cost. One thing we understand is a VM size as well as license cost, pay as you go model wise. Otherwise, if you are bring your own license, there is no additional cost for this. And additionally, network interface cards depends on the number of network interface card, depends on that VM size also we need to select it, depends on the performance and everything. So right now it's a deallocating status. So you can see here deallocating the things. Okay, deallocated, completed, and going to networking. Now we got the option, attach the network interface card, and I can select the F5 internal. Automatically, by default, I don't have any additional network interface card without attaching. So that's the way automatically showing to me. So I can attach it like this way and go to the overview and try to power on. Again, you can connect it and you can do the remaining configuration. So I'm not showing here after F5 load balancer is deployed and how to configure the F5 load balancer internal configuration. That one I'm not showing, guys. You can take care about. If you are a F5 load balancer engineer, you know very well. Thank you, guys, and we'll meet with the another video for that.